fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today for this week's WIP and Chat. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. WIP, W-I-P, stands for Work in Progress, and this is mine. You are welcome and encouraged to go grab whatever you are working on and work alongside while I chat, or alternatively, you can treat this as a podcast and just listen while I chat. Today, I am going to be working on my Ye Old Christmas Shop by Dreamer Designs. This is a kit that I started last Christmas and didn't get finished, so since we don't have a diamond paint along for the month of July, I am going to be working on this one. So let me zoom into where I'm going to be working and I will be right back. All right, so I have my kit all laid out with the 2 trays, and then I have my extra ABs laid off to the side so that I know when I need to pull those. So right now I'm just working on filling all this in. There's a lot of ABs already in this kit, and then I'm adding in more, so it makes for working with a lot of ABs. Anyway, all right, so let me start off with my personal life, what's been going on in my personal life. Not a ton. Guys, my shirts still haven't arrived. They must be on the super slow boat. This has been like 2-3 weeks now and they're still not here, which is a bummer. All right, and I haven't worked on this kit for so long, I still don't remember where all of the ABs are. And some of these I have marked that I have an AB, but I don't have an AB, so interesting. Basically, this week, hubby and I have been working on home improvement projects. So we trimmed the tree in our backyard, which was super overgrown. The people who owned the house before us had wrapped Christmas lights around the tree in the front. They had left them there for so long that the lights were like grown into the tree. So we got out as much as we could to get rid of those. And then we painted our closet doors. So upstairs in our loft bedroom, we have 3 closets and 3 closet bifold doors. And for whatever reason, all of the trim in the house is white, but those doors were like a cream yellow. Not sure why. Don't know if they did it on purpose or they just hadn't got around to changing the color of those doors, but it was making me crazy. So hubby and I pulled the doors off, painted them, and then changed out the hardware, and they look so much better. This kit is so much confetti. I don't mind confetti. It's gonna look cool when it's done. So we did a bunch of home improvement projects. Oh, and hubby also, we have like outdoor light in the little dog run for the dogs. So there's a light out there when they go outside and it's dark. And it's only been half painted. It was originally painted white, and we decided we wanted to paint it black because all of our other outdoor lights were black trim. So we got it halfway painted, and then hubby needed to take a bunch of the light fixtures apart because they were glass, and obviously we couldn't paint the glass. So it just kind of had been half painted black because we didn't get it finished before it started snowing last winter. So it's been half black and half white for half the year. So we finally got that painted and it looks way better. Mostly we got a bunch of stuff done because after getting the cortisone shot in my knee has been feeling better. So I've been up to doing stuff like going up and down the stairs multiple times a day, which I couldn't do before. So now that I can do some of that, we were able to get some more things done. Still not where I want it to be, but it is better. So we did all that. We also ended up rearranging some of our loft area upstairs so that it feels like more open space. We moved my husband's computer to the edge of the room and we reorganized some of the other furniture. So now it just looks more open. We were just in a reorganizing mood, I guess. We moved all the furniture in the living room to start. And then I got a new bookshelf for the sunroom. So we moved all the stuff around in here. Not all of it, but we moved my desk around at the other end and put everything against the wall. So now it feels like more space in here. And we also did the loft, and my husband did his man cave in the basement. And my husband is like, what's next? And I'm like, I think the only room we have left is the kitchen. The kitchen and the bathroom. And I don't think either one of those needs a ton of doing. But you know, somehow you just get in that spring cleaning method. The spring cleaning mode, I guess. almost, just moving everything around and making it all feel fresh, even if all you're doing is moving furniture around. I enjoy it though. It also gives us a chance to clean because we move furniture we don't normally move, so everything gets a good clean underneath everything. That's always good. Took the opportunity to clean the laminate wood floor upstairs. I mean, we vacuum and everything, but don't deep clean it a lot. So I've been doing better with my knee. Made it all the way to Tim Hortons, which I was all excited about because it's been a while since I could walk that far. So I should be back to regular walks with my youngest, which will be nice to get back into that routine because we've been on this kick of let's kind of make everything new. Hubby and I were out looking for new patio furniture. I want like a little gazebo with the mosquito netting around it to put out on the deck. And we found some really nice glider rockers that I want to get. They're insanely expensive. So we're trying to figure out what else we want to do. It seems weird, but all of the patio furniture and stuff is on sale now here because it's just now kind of getting warm enough that people are spending time outside consistently. I mean, we've had some warm days here and there, but now it's consistently warm. Also, holidays are coming up, so everybody's gearing up for that because Canada Day is Wednesday. So happy Canada Day to every Canadian or whoever celebrates out there Canada Day. Of course, then July 4th is Independence Day, so that's coming up soon. Canada Day is that kind of a sucky time this year. It's in the middle of the week, so everybody works 2 days, then they're off on Wednesday, and then they work for 2 more days. Like that stinks. It couldn't have been closer to the weekend so people could have a 3-day weekend. Although I guess the 4th is on Saturday, so I'm assuming everybody still gets the 3-day weekend in the States. Everybody will take Monday off or get that Friday before off, whichever one of the two is usually how they do it, so everybody can have the 4th of July off, get a 3-day weekend out of it. I'm really too old to celebrate that stuff anymore. We used to do a lot of it when my kids were little, setting off fireworks and that sort of thing, but in the last several years, my kids are older, just not that the older men couldn't blow some things up, but just it's so expensive and it's so messy to clean up afterwards. Plus, our dogs hated it. I don't think they don't have fireworks here like they do in the States for Canada Day. They're mostly just like major city productions, not individual people. So we'll see if anything happens for our dogs. Here, they're gearing up for a blues festival that they put on every year during the summer. So that's what's coming up next for us. Well, I say for us, it'll be going on near us. We're not going to be attending or anything. I don't know if you guys remember, but I told you last year they had the canoe races where they have teams of people who row canoes from Quebec over to New Brunswick. It seems crazy to me, but more power to them. I wouldn't want to do it. So that's part of the blues festival. And the wharf near us is getting all set up for that, so that'll be exciting. I started some other craft projects because I found myself, I can't just sit and watch TV anymore. My hands have to be doing something. So I went out and bought some yarn and pulled out my crochet hooks and started crocheting on a blanket. It's kind of funny. Like I purposely was like, this isn't going to be anything in particular. I just need it to keep my hands busy. I counted my stitches to begin with, the first row, to make sure that I was, doing okay. And then after that, it's just been kind of like not really paying attention to the pattern. It's just a single cross stitch, 2 rows of that, and then a row of doubles, and then 2 rows of singles, a row of doubles. That's what I'm doing. It's just a simple little pattern, but it's so relaxing. I forgot how much I like to crochet. We'll see how far I get if my carpal tunnel starts bothering me. So far, it's been fine, but I'm not doing it hours and hours a night either. Usually after I get done diamond painting, I'll sit down for half an hour or so and do a little bit, but it's fun. The dogs have been going crazy outside again. Oscar is bound and determined that he's going to find that little chipmunk somehow. And my husband bought some peanuts that he didn't like very much, so he's been throwing them out. And the birds and the chipmunk will come and pick them up periodically. And whenever Oscar sees the chipmunk, he's just immediately on point, looking around, barking. It's kind of funny, actually. I think I got some video, so check it out at the end of him trying to follow the chipmunk. I don't think I actually got any of the chipmunk. He looks every time he goes outside now. And then I guess the only other big thing we did was we went over to the in-laws for dinner yesterday. They made a big turkey and ham dinner because one of my husband's nieces is visiting from out of town, and they wanted me to bring dessert. They couldn't decide whether or not they wanted the banana cream pie or death by chocolate, so I made both and took both. I left the banana cream pie for them, but I brought the death by chocolate home for me and my son. And then I was asking about other recipes and what they'd tried and what they hadn't. They all thought I was crazy, and my son accused me of making stuff up to say that you could put mayonnaise in a cake. I had to look it up on the internet and show it to him to prove that I'm not crazy. I'm like, I've never done it before, but I know you can. Anyway, so that was pretty much it. We all ate way too much and had stomach aches when we came home. Nothing that a nap and some time on the couch won't fix, as my brother-in-law would say. He's a very good cook, though, my brother-in-law. I guess it's something he's been interested in since he was younger. He's good at it. And we're going up again next weekend for the holiday and having barbecue, I think he said. So I'll have to figure out what I can make for dessert that time. I think I'm going to take a poke cake. I'm sure it has many different names, but essentially it's just you make a cake and poke holes in it with like the back of a wooden spoon. Not the back, but the handle of the wooden spoon. And then you make jello, not jello pudding, but like gelatin jello. And then instead of letting it set up, you pour it over the top of the cake and pour it into the holes, because then it gets absorbed by the cake and the cake becomes super moist. Plus it absorbs the flavor of whatever flavor of jello you're using. I bought black cherry. And then instead of regular frosting, because once you pour the jello over it, then you put it in the refrigerator. And then instead of frosting, you put Cool Whip on the top of it. It's a nice light cake for summer, so I think I'm going to make that. Also because everyone thought I was crazy when I said I was going to make a poke cake and put jello in it, so we'll have to see how amazing it can be. Okay, I think that's everything that I wanted to tell you about my regular life. Life, like I said, was kind of boring this week, but that's okay. Boring weeks are good. Maybe nothing super amazing happened, but nothing super bad happened either, and that's always good. So let's move on to my diamond painting life. What's been going on in my diamond painting life? Same, not a ton. So if you watched yesterday's video, you know that I finished Slow Jazz. So that one is finished. I'm almost done with Benedict Blue. In fact, I didn't want to work on it today because I might finish it, and I didn't want to finish it on camera because I like to wait and have that be a surprise when I finish stuff. So, but I'm almost done with that. So that'll be 2 kits that I did for DP for Pets, because that's going to be ending here soon at the end of June. We don't have a diamond paint along in July, so I'm kind of doing like a Christmas in July thing and trying to finish up this Christmas kit. I don't know if I will get this thing finished or not. I'm going to try, but we'll see how it goes, because I want to work on this one, and I also want to work on my Make Market Coliseum kit that I just kitted up. I want those to be my 2 kits for July. I may be being too ambitious trying to get both of those finished, but we'll see how it goes. And then for August, our August Diamond Paint Along is water. And I have my Ocean Breeze Little Mermaid kitted up that I'm going to be doing for that. I have another mermaid that I might do as well, because Ocean Breeze isn't going to take me the entire month. I know it won't, to finish. So since it's not going to take me that long to finish, I may try to work on a second mermaid kit that I have. She's quite a bit larger than the Ocean Breeze one, so we'll see. And then September, we don't have a themed diamond paint along in September. That's an off month. And I'm leaning towards doing one of my craftablies because it's one of my 2021 kits. So that would check off a couple of boxes for me. Or doing my Diamond Art Club mystery kit. I think I'm leaning more towards the craftably. So that's probably what I'll end up doing in September. And then October, our theme for the paint along is witchy. Not sure what kit I'm going to be doing. I have several I could pick from, but I'm not sure yet which one I want to do. So I'll wait till we get a little closer to October before I start really worrying about that one. So if you're not a member of the Facebook group, please feel free to join. There should be a link to it on my About page on the channel. Everyone has been posting awesome pics of all of their kits that they've been working on, so keep them coming because I love looking at them. I love seeing all the amazing things that you guys are working on. Plus, a lot of people are putting where they got their kits and everything, so I can see maybe if it's a new store that I've not seen before, what their stuff looks like and everything. Keep the pictures coming. Running my fingers over it to see if there's any that I need to push down any further. I can't wait until I get into some of the green sections or red sections, like up here where there's a little bit of multi-placing. Some of these down here, especially where the bows and everything are, is just so much confetti. I don't mind it, but it's nice to have it interspersed with some multi-placing. Oh, I did want to say, talking about my Coliseum kit, the one that I almost ruined because I wasn't paying attention, I had lots of you make really good comments about the make market stuff. So apparently they didn't used to include the DMCs and now they do. Probably because there were people like me who were like, oh, I messed this whole thing up because I wasn't paying enough attention. In fact, I think somebody said she even emailed Michaels and was able to get like a copy of the legend with the DMC codes. I don't know if that's for an older kit or a newer one, but if that's something you need, maybe that's an option for you. Anyway, I was glad to hear that they put them on there now because I did buy 2 make market kits when we took our trip to Bangor. I didn't intend to buy anything when we went. In fact, I didn't even intend to go to Michael's, but we ended up going in because I was looking for a planner. I like to use the Happy Planner brand of planner, the big size, and Michael's is the only place that carries it consistently, but I wasn't able to get one. But when we were in there, the diamond paintings were on sale for $7.50. So I just couldn't resist. $7.50. I mean, they're not huge diamond paintings, but they're diamond paintings. And they're good quality. They're not fantabulous, but they're good quality. And one of them is a mystery kit, which I thought was great because I haven't really done a mystery kit in forever, and I'd never seen them in the make market ones before. So I got those too. Anyway, I was also looking back through my logbook this year to see what I finished so far because I was updating it for slow jazz. Almost all of my finishes have been round, I think, except for like 2 or maybe 3. So I definitely need to work on some more squares or I'm going to hit the end of my collection and all I'm going to have left are squares. Maybe I just need to put all the square ones like in my little decision wheel app and spin and let it pick for me which one to do for September. But I know it needs to be something I want to work on or I'll be like, ugh, I don't want to work on this one. And I always think to myself, like I just did with the Coliseum, oh, I'll work on this square one and then I'll have a round one so if I need to take a break. But my brain doesn't work like that. Like once I start working on this one, I'm going to want to finish it. Even if I get annoyed with it, I'll be like, I should take a break and work on this other one. My brain will be like, nope, finish this one first. Got to finish one project before I can move on to another one. So this is probably going to be one of my shorter whip and chats. I apologize, but it was just kind of a boring week, which again was good. I got a lot done. I felt very productive, but I spent a lot of time diamond painting, which is great, but probably not all that exciting for you guys who also probably spent time diamond painting. I can't wait to watch this number of drills start disappearing as I'm working on this kit because this section of green feels like quite a bit of multi-placing, even though it's still kind of confetti, but there's more than one or two pieces here or there, so it feels less confetti-ish, if that makes sense. And I did all the ABs already. I don't know how many ABs I have in this kit. I think at least 10 came with the kit, and then I added in another probably that many. It should be nice and sparkly once I get it finished. Some of the ones that are fairy dust, I don't have very much of them, so I'll be interested to see. Wonder if that's why one of the fairy dust I used up, because I know I didn't have very much of it. But usually if I use it up, I keep the bag, so I know that I used it up, and I don't have the bag either, so I don't know why it's marked. Doesn't really matter. Probably something else I've forgotten. My old brain has let go of. So I made quite a bit of progress here. I've got all of the presents finished. So now this is part of like the window seat, all of this green. So I'll finish getting that filled in and then I'll move on to the next section. Again, this was one of my shorter whip and chats. I apologize, but again, sometimes life is just boring. And that's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around till the end of the video. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Did you find him, Oscar? Did you find him? Did he go under the car again? Is he under the car? Oh no, did you see him? Are you looking for him, Oscar? Where did he go? Sable's like, I don't care.